Now dear students, I have already explained you the concept of frustum. Now let me explain in short again. You can see the object is a frustum shape where you have two circular ends. That is, you can see here this is one circular end and at the bottom again you have the other circular ends. These both are circular in shape. So we'll be having two radius. This is R1 and this will be R2. R1, R2. And this portion, if you draw straight line over here, this will be my height, that is perpendicular. Also, this part what you see is the slanting part is known as slant height, that is L. So for frustum we get two circular ends, means we'll get two radius R1 and R2. Again this is the perpendicular height and this will be my slant height. Now students, the next part in 7.3 is completely sector of a circle. So to explain the sector of circle, first I will explain you the minor and the major arc. Now you have already studied this in your previous classes in standard 8, standard 9 also. Now you can see there is a circle with center O. Now see, I have drawn two radii, OA and OB. Now this forms a central angle. You can see that is 100 degree. So here in the diagram you can say the central angle, that is angle AOB, is 100 degree. Now we know that the measure of minor arc is equal to the measure of the central angle. Means now you can see there are two arcs, AXB and AYB. Now this portion is the minor arc and this is the major arc. So now if central angle is given, we know minor arc is equal to central angle. So the measure of minor arc AXB is 100 degree. Now if you want to find the major arc, so we know full circle is 360 degree. See, central angle was given. Central angle equal to minor arc, we got 100 degree. So if you want to find the major arc, will be equal to 360 minus major arc AXB, means the minor arc. So 360 minus 100 will be 260. Now this was the arc part. Now I'll move on to sector. Now what is sector? Now you can see this portion. This central angle divides the circular region in two parts. See this part, completely this part, and this part. So these both parts are known as sector. This is the minor sector, this is the major sector. So the definition is, which is already given in textbook page number 149, you can read it. Central angle divides the circular region in two parts. Now each part is called the sector of the circle. You can see this is the minor sector and this is the major sector. Now the formula to find area of sector is theta upon 360 into pi r square. Now let me explain you with the help of diagram. Now you can see this is full circle. To find the area of circle, we need radius. So the formula is area of circle is pi r square, right? Now this, the measure of this full part we know is 360. Now let's move on to next part. See, again I have a circle, but I have divided into two equal parts, so I get semicircle. Now if I want to find the area, it will be like that, half, right? Exact, because this is half part we are taking, semicircle. Half, area of circle will be half pi r square. Now here, again you can see I have divided circle into four parts. So if you want to find the area, it will be of this part. So it will be like that, 1 by 4. It is 1/4, so 1 by 4 pi r square. Now see, I will explain you using this formula, that is theta upon 360 into pi r square. Now you know this full circle is 360. So see, theta means 360 upon theta, considering here 360 upon we have 360 multiply by pi r square. Now see, 360 cancelled, 1 is left. So here we get pi r square. In the same way, see here, now we have circular part, semicircular part. So the measure will be exactly 180. So now here I will use theta as 180. 180 upon 360 into pi r square. 180 ones are 180 twos are. So we get see half pi r square. Now see this concept again here. Here the angle will be 90. So the formula is 90 upon 360 into pi r square. 90 ones are 90 fours are. So 1 by 4 see. 1 by 4 pi r square. Now that means here these angles what we are using is actually theta. So when you want to find the area of sector, theta will be given. For example, if this is given 60 degree and you want to find the area of sector, the formula is theta upon 360 into pi r square. That is 60 upon 360 into pi r square. The value for the pi will be given, radius will be given, and then you know 60 ones are 66 and then you can get the answer. Now this explanation is given on textbook in textbook page number 150 and 151. Let's begin with geometry. Chapter number 7, that is surface area and volume, also known as mensuration. We'll begin with exercise 7.2. Now question number 1 is the radii of two circular ends of frustum shaped bucket are 14 centimeter and 7 centimeter. Now you can see here that it is given there is a bucket which is frustum shape and there are two circular ends and the radii for both are given as 14 centimeter and 7 centimeter. Also the height of the bucket is 30 centimeter. Now students, you have to find how many liters of water it can hold. It is given that 1 liter is equal to 1000 cubic centimeter. Now first we will write whatever part is given. So see, we'll say that R1, that is radius 1, be 14 centimeter, radius 2 be 7 centimeter, and the height equal to 30 centimeter. Now we know that we have to find how many liters of water it can hold. So we know the volume of water in the bucket will be equal to volume of frustum. So we will use the formula first. The formula is volume of the frustum is equal to 1 upon 3 pi h, then R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 multiplied by R2 in bracket. Now here see all the values we got. R1 is given, R2 is given and H is given. So simply we have to substitute the values. So see now, volume equal to 1 by 3 is the constant value. I am writing as it is. Pi 22 upon 7. Height is 30 which is given. Then say I'll open the bracket. R1, you can see R1 I have used red color, that is R1 is 14, so 14 centimeter plus see R2 is given 7 centimeter, so that is 7 square plus R1 multiplied by R2, that is 14 multiplied by 7. So now see students, so volume equal to 1 upon 3, you can see the previous step 1 upon 3, the 3 in the denominator get cancelled with 30, 3 ones are 3 and 3 tens are 30. So 22 upon 7 remains same, multiply by 3 and 30 we cancelled. So we got 10. 14 square is 14 into 14, 196 plus remains same. 7 square is 49 plus R1 into R2, that is 14 into 7 is 98. So now next step is, see, we have solved the bracket. So volume equal to 22 upon 7 multiply by 10 multiply by, when you add that values you get 343. So now by simplification you can carry out in your own way. You get answer as 10,780 cubic centimeter. So it is given, see, 1 liter is 1000 cubic centimeter. So the bucket will contain 10,780 divided by 1000. So when you divide this, you get 10.78, means 780 liters. Now you can directly get this answer without dividing it. You know, in the denominator we have 3 zeros. So in the numerator you can see the numbers. From the right hand side, you leave 3 numbers and put decimal, that is 087 dot decimal. So it comes to 10.78 liters. Now let's move on to next sum, that is question number 2. Again see, it is given that radii of ends of a frustum are 14 cm and 6 cm. Both the radius are given, R1 and R2 are given, and the height is 6 cm. Now you have to find its, see, first curved surface area, second total surface area, third volume. So first we'll write the given part. See, here pi is also given 3.14. See, here R1 is given 14, R2 is given 6, and height is also 6 cm. Now first we have to find the slant height of the frustum. So I will use the formula for that. That is, slant height of the frustum is L is equal to under root h square, means height square, plus, you can see in bracket we have R1 minus R2 the whole square. So see, now R1 is given, R2 is given, again h is given, means radius 1, radius 2 and height is given. So see, I will substitute the values. H is 6, so 6 square plus R1 is 14, minus remains same, R2 is 6 the whole square. Now 6 square is 36 plus 14 minus 6 will be 8, so 8 square. So 36 plus 8 square is 64, which comes to root 100. So by taking square root we get slant height of the frustum, that is L is 10 centimeters. Now we will find the first part, that is curved surface area of frustum. The formula is pi L, then in bracket multiply by R1 plus R2. Again I will repeat, pi L multiplied by R1 plus R2 in bracket. Now see, so I will substitute the values. Pi is, we know, 3.14 given. So pi is 3.14 multiplied by L, slant height, we got it as 10. In bracket R1 plus R2, means radius 1 is given 14 plus radius 2 is, second radius is 6. So first I will solve the bracket. So 3.14 remains same, multiply by 10 also remains same, multiply by 14 plus 6 will be 20. So now I will simply multiply 3.14 into 10 multiply by 20. So I get the curved surface area of frustum as 628 square centimeter. Now the second part to find is, that is total surface area of frustum. Now formula C, the formula is pi L multiplied by R1 plus R2 in bracket plus, again see we have pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. Now we have all the values, R is there, R1, R2 is given, L we got, and pi is also given. So see what I will do, first I will substitute the value. See, you can see pi is 3.14 multiplied by L, that is slant height we got 10. Then see we have bracket R1 plus R2, that is R1 is 10, R1 is 14 plus R2 is 6. Bracket complete, plus now next part see what we have, pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. So pi is common, so I am taking pi common outside the bracket. Now what is left, R1 square plus R2 square. So see what I'll do. Now 3.14 as it is, multiply by 10, I'll keep as it is. Now in the bracket we have 14 plus 6, so first we'll solve the bracket. 14 plus 6 is 20, plus we have taken pi common, so the value of pi is given 3.14. R1 we know it is 14 square, plus R2 is given 6 square. So now see, I'll multiply 3.14 multiply by 10 multiply by 20. So see, I'm getting 628 for that. 3.14 multiply by 10 multiply by 20 will be 628, plus see, I'm keeping 3.14 which was common pi as it is. Now in bracket 14 square is 196, plus 6 square is 36. So see, again I have to solve the bracket first. So 628 remains same, plus 3.14 remains same, multiply by 196 plus 36 is 232. So here again we have two operators, plus and multiply. So first we will solve multiply. So 628 remains same, plus when you add 3.1, when you multiply 3.14 by 232, you get 728.48, and when you add it with 628, you get 1356.48 square centimeter. Now students, remember that, please write the formula properly. All the values will be given. For example, like R1, R2, L or H, whatever, you have to substitute the value, and it is simple simplification. You know the rule, that is BODMAS. Always first solve the bracket, and then multiplication, division, and then addition or subtraction in the order. Now the last part, that is third, we have to find the volume of frustum, and the formula is 1 upon 3 pi h. Then in bracket we have R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 multiplied by R2. Again I am telling you, we know pi is given 3.14, height is given, we also have R1 and R2. So see, I will substitute the values. So 1 by 3, 1 upon 3 is the constant value, I am keeping as it is. Multiply by pi, pi means 3.14 which is given. Multiply by h, h is height which is 6 centimeter. Multiply by, now see bracket part, R1, radius 1 is 14, R1 square, so 14 square, plus we have see R2 square, so R2 is 6, that is 6 square, plus R1 multiply by R2 means 14 multiply by 6. Now you can see here 1 upon 3 multiply by 3.14 multiply by 6. So you can cancel 6 and 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. Again I am saying 1 upon 3, in the denominator we have 3, multiply by 3.14 multiply by 6. 6 we can cancel in 3's table. So see what we get. 3.14 multiply by 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So I am getting 2 multiplied by 4, in the bracket see 14 square is 196 plus 6 square is 36 plus 14 multiplied by 6 will be 84. So again I will solve the bracket first, that is 196 plus 36 plus 84 will be 316. See 312 multiplied by 2 will be 6.28, multiply by the addition of all the numbers in the bracket gives 316. So when you multiply this, 6.28 multiplied by 316 will be equal to 1984.48 square centimeter, that is volume of the frustum. This question was very big, there were 3 sub questions, but once you get the value it is very easy. R1 was given, R2 was given, H was given. First we found out the slant height, and then we used the formula to get the answer. Now we'll move to next exercise, that is exercise 7.3. Now question number 1 is, radius of a circle is given 10 centimeter. See, radius is given 10. Now the measure of an arc of a circle is 54 degree, means theta is given 54. Find the area of sector associated with the arc. Now see, again pi is given 3.14. So first I will write the given part. You can see radius, that is r of a circle is 10 centimeter. Measure of arc means theta equal to theta is equal to 54 degree.
and pi is 3.14. So I will use the formula. The formula is very simple. Area of sector is equal to theta upon 360 multiplied by pi r square. You see, I will substitute the value. Theta is given 54 upon 360 multiplied by pi is 3.14 multiplied by r square is 10 square. Now see, from here students, you can carry out the simplification in the easiest manner or whatever way you can. See what I am doing first. 54 upon 360 I am writing as it is, multiply by 3.4 as it is. Now 10 square is 100. Now here 54 upon 360 will keep as it is, multiply by, when you multiply 3.14 multiply by 100 means 3.14 multiply by 100, as there are two zeros in the 100, so decimal get shifts to two places on the right. So see what I get, 54 upon 360 multiply by 314 means 3.14 multiply by 100 will be 314. Now you carry out the simplification in the easiest way how you can. So you get the final answer as area of sector is 47.10 square centimeter. Now we'll move on to question number 3. Again it is very simple. See, radius of a sector of a circle is 3.5 centimeter. Means r is given 3.5. The length of arc is given 2.2. Now here see, length of arc is given. You have to find the area of sector. Now when radius is given, length of arc is given, so that time first you write what is given, radius that is r is 3.5, length of arc that is l is 2.2. Now you have to find the area of sector. So the formula will be area of sector is equal to length of arc means l multiplied by radius upon 2. So we will substitute the value. Length of arc is given 2.2 multiplied by radius 3.5 upon 2 means 2.2 multiplied by 3.2, whatever is the answer, divided by 2, make it half. So I get 3.85 square centimeter. So the area of sector is 3.85 centimeter. Now we'll take question number 4. Now see, there is a bit correction in the question. I'll read out the part to you. The radius of a circle is 10 centimeter. Area of a sector of the sector is given. So just the question is, area of a sector is 100 square centimeter. Sector word is repeated twice. I am reading the corrected question to you. Radius of a circle is 10 centimeter and the area of sector is 100 centimeter. Now here area of sector is given. Now you have to find the corresponding major sector. Means major sector you have to find out, and the 100 what was given is the minor sector, and the pi is given 3.14. So first see, I will use the formula for area of circle. Radius is given 10, we have to write given part, and area of sector means minor sector is given 100 centimeter because we have to find the major part. Now students, we know full circle when we consider, the formula is area of circle is pi r square. So pi is 3.14 multiplied by r is given 10 square. 10 square is 100. Means 3.14 multiplied by 100 will be 314 square centimeter. That will be statement number 1. So I got my statement number 1. Now see, area of minor sector which is given 100 square centimeter. That will be statement number 2. So now I want to find the area of corresponding major arc. The formula will be, see, area of corresponding major arc will be area of circle that we got 314 square centimeter minus area of the minor sector which was given 100 centimeter. So see, area of corresponding major sector will be equal to area of circle we got in statement number 1 as 314 minus minor sector is given 100. So when you subtract that, you get 314 means 314 minus 100 will be 214 square centimeter.